Hello, this is Victor and here with the second part of the painting tutorial of the Playcaster. And we are going to start now with doing a wash, and I will use directly Aggraf air shade on almost the full miniature, because this will give this dirtiness and this shade that we want to start from. So, and we will start showing up how the details are popping up. We are going to apply this everywhere except on the belly. Okay, we're going to apply on even on this part, because we'll give this dirtiness, this dark look that we are looking for. We have tried to avoid again the face, not to dirten the face with that, and yeah, and I will avoid the horns, but I will do this stuff. Okay, so we are going to apply this everywhere, and this will give, and also on the bronzy colors, if you touch a little bit the teeth, it's not going to be a problem, because really what you want to do here is to give this, start making, creating these shades. I will just avoid the fleshy parts. Okay, so we are going to apply this everywhere except the horns and the fleshy parts. So I will do that, and I will show you once it's dry how it's looking like before we do the next step. On the smoke I will not apply neither. Okay, so I will avoid the smoke as well, or the flame, or how you want to call it, or this mist that he's blowing, so the spell indeed. Okay, but this will give really the shading we are looking for. I prefer to work the horns in a different way. This is what I will not apply there, and this will give the base we want for later on. So yeah, just doing that. So I will do that on all the miniature, and I come back once this is done. So now that the wash have dried, you see how it's looking like. You can see much more all the different details. I will wait to work on the smoke. I will start working on the face. So the first I will work on the eye. I will use a little bit of white. With white I'm going to paint the eye. So this is a brush, an old brush that I have lost a lot of the I've lost a lot of the bristles, and I'm using this to paint the tail work. I'm going to apply a little bit. I'm going to use now this to the eye. I will wait this way, and now we are going to paint with black the middle of the eye. Okay, if you put too much black, as this is the case, we wait that it dries. Sometimes the eyes can be quite a little bit tricky, because you want the eye to point in the right direction. I'm going to apply a little bit of white. something like that. Now we can come back with purple. We'll close this, take this away. We'll use purple and I will apply here. We'll make some of the expressions to look deeper. With a lot of water, like almost a wash, we are going to apply it on the other side. Okay. And now we use palette witch flesh. And we do the highlights on the face. We can use a little bit of the color lilac to help on the transition. Okay. And I'm going to keep the lips, the mouth. Pretty white. So this will give this idea of unhealthy skin. Use a little bit of white again for the eye. Now it looks better. Okay. So we are going to apply. No, it's looking quite good. So with that, now the mouth is done, and we can start working. First I will work on the armor, and later on I will work on the other details. So for the armor, the first thing I will do, I will use again Castellan green to do some highlights. Okay, remember that we have applied the Agworth air shade, so we are going to apply this on the different armor plates to increase the highlights. I'm going quite dark on this one. It's going to be much darker than what I did for the... So you see, we use first Stellan green, and then we can use a little bit of forest, Lorem forest. You can even use this one, this more bluish. I will use more Lorem forest. Okay, here I have, and we are going to do a second level of highlight with Lorem forest. This is going to be the clean job before doing the weathering. Okay, so before doing weathering, I always recommend to do a clean job to be a good base for the weathering. So, for example, here, when I have these things, we'll go first with Castella glue between the rivets. Okay, I will apply a little bit around the rivet. I'm doing something like that, and then with Lorem forest I do that. When we have rivets, I will use even a lighter green because I want really to show off the rivets. And we are going to use, we can use, for example, Elysian green. I'm using all these greens that have a slight component of a little bit of pastel color. It's not a super bright green. Okay, you can even, instead of Lorem green, use this one, and we are going to pick one rivet and the other rivet. Okay. On the holes, what you want to do in the holes, I will not surround the full holes, just the bottom of the hole. Okay, something like that. Then here on the back, let me show, because it's very nicely segmented, this armor. So we are going to edge highlight the different segments, and then we use Elysian green on the rivets. You can, if you want, pinpoint first the rivets. Okay, with Elysian green, but I like to work this sorry, by sections. So for example here, I will do this, and again, if you see that it's too harsh or too strong the change, this is why I have Castellan green with me, and then you use Castellan green to soften. Okay, but you want to highlight it, and this is the work before doing all the. So you want to do first a clean highlight, and then rust it the armor, because the rust should be built on a clean, well, at least for me, you should do it on a clean paint job. The other thing I will do, you see that we have wires and we have other elements that I leave it in black before, like this one here. I will paint them with Elysian green. If you think Elysian green is too showy, apply a little bit of Lorem green. It's just to put some differentiation and to add some additional colors. But this will look like, I think will look nice and contrasting. You can even, on the most extreme parts, use very little of Elysian green, for example here. Okay, as you can see, I try to mainly touch the parts that I think are going to be highlighted because the light is impacting them. So for example, this is better rounded. I will do it here, and I will do just next to that. Okay, and then I will do, I'm using no Castellan green first. This will give a small, less contrast. we are going to do this part of the armor, this thing here, and then with Lauren Green we do this. Okay, and we can do very little on the vertical. Okay, so I will do the same for the rest of the armor. It's a repetition of the same. I will keep working on the armor and I will show you once this is done. So this is how it looks like after the highlights. Okay, so yeah, now the detail is much visible. I really like how it's looking like. And now I'm going to use, you can use Razor Rust, or you can use, I was hesitating to use what's called the pigments, but I prefer to use Razor Rust. I go for a little bit damage brush. Okay, and what we are going to do is, we are going to take a little bit of Razor Rust, remove it, and apply it on the holes. Okay, you can see I am almost stabbing there. To look like rusted part of the armor. Okay. So I'm going to, and this orange will give a very high contrast. The problem doing that is that, as you can see, the brush is opening a little bit. So we close it, and I'm going to put it there on the holes. Okay, so here, and some cases we would like to leave a little bit the darker part. Simple like that. That. So we do all the different holes. Okay, you see how it looks like. So I'm going also to do this crack here. Okay. Okay. So if I miss anyone, we can do it later on. But this is the point here, okay? And now, before doing any other rust, because I will look, we can do like a little bit of dripping. I'm going to work a little bit on the guts. And to work on the guts, first we will apply a little bit of greenish color. So we are going to, before doing any wash, I'm going to make the things look a little bit nastier. And I'm going to use Celesta Gray in that case. And we are going to use these like things that look like intestines. with this Celestial Grey. Okay. I will not do the dripping things, just this type of intestines. To be fair, we can go over the thing, has a thing hanging from the intestine. Okay, we can do it there. As well on this side, to the side here. Okay, I'm going to do as well this one here. Okay. Can do that. Now the other thing I will do, I will use, we can use ochre color or yellowish color. I will use Everland Sunset, is a little bit ochreish, and we are going to make like yellowish fat on the same area, or pustules or something like this. Weird things go in there. Example, we can put it here, we can put it here, we can put it here. Okay. Yellow will give this unpleasant look. You can make this big thing here yellow. Okay, and we are going to add as well. Don't worry now that it's looking with very different colors. We can add a little bit of greenish color, like putrid. I'm going to use something that is not so greenish, or green camo. I mean, it's quite pale color. Don't want to look too much. And I'm going to apply this on the dripping parts. Okay. Don't forget to do the back in some of these parts. This should be enough. Okay, because the guts have not only one color, and he's like being putrid, so let's do that. And now we wait. We will wait that this dry, and while this is drying, we are going to work a little bit on the cloak. The cloak is looking really dirty. I'm going to now use a little bit of Valor Brown. We want to clean up and add a little bit more definition to the cloth. So we want to keep the dirtiness. This is not something that we want to completely eliminate, but we want to give a little bit of more definition in some parts, right? Keeping the dirtiness of the cloth. For this, I do this type of, I don't know how it's called, these stitches, or I don't know if it's the same word. Okay. So You can use even dry brush for that, because in that case it's not bad to have a little bit of chucky look. Okay, you see, I'll go with glazes, but yeah, you can do here. You don't need to make a really clean job. You just want to add a little bit, and then there we can add. Do it here. Okay. So I will keep the work on the cloth, and I'm back to finish the guts. Okay, next step, I'm going to use no raglan flesh shade. I have here, as you can see, more or less working at the same time on the backpack. So soon I will be able to glue it, because there is not really impact on gluing this. So I think I will glue it just after this wash. So I will use raglan flesh shade, and I will apply it over all the fleshy parts. And when I say all, it means all, including the ones that are on the food and all this type of stuff, even the guts and everything. So let's go for, we can use the same brush. And we are going to apply it there, and this will break. So this is why I wanted to apply first the base colors. This will make all the different tonalities we give get closer, not standing up so much. So because this will look like, I prefer this than red directly, because I like more like this dirty blood or oxidized blood. This is more the look of the blood when it's getting oxidized. Okay, so we don't need the look of fresh blood here. I think we need more the look of corrupted blood. And you see that then all the gray is looking great for me. I like really this look, this tonality. And we're going to do the same here on this back tentacle. Okay, here on this thing, on the arm. It has this everywhere. We are going to apply this everywhere, and after that we need to wait that this dries. Okay, so I do that on all the different fleshy parts, and I'm back once this is dry. So the previous layer is not completely dry, and we will need to do a little bit more of shading there. But in the meantime, I will do another wash, and I will apply what's called this, remember now the name, the camo shade. Okay, it's the green camo shade, and I'm going to apply this on the, wash well my brush. I'm going to apply this one on the smoke. Okay, and you see that this is going to make this really, I think it will give a nice nasty look. So as usual, we apply the wash, evenly distribute, and trying to avoid excess of wash. Always, it's better to do always 2 layers than to do too much wash, to avoid the wash is accumulated in a part of the miniature. In that case, I think one layer will be enough. These have quite a nice texture, and this will work in our favor. Okay, we'll see how it looks like. Right here as well. And now I will wet this dry before keep working. So now all the washes have dried, and the next step I will apply a Carlsberg wash, another wash. So I have done 2 layers of flesh, how it's called, regular flesh shade, and now we are going to apply Carlsberg Crimson, I think it's called. Let's see if I can find the pot. So here it is. Always shake very well when you want to apply washes. Sorry. And we want to be soft with this one, so we don't want to, well, we want to give this reddish tone, but I will focus where I don't have yellow mainly, and this will give a reddish tonality. We also help on this type of greenish part we have here. Okay, and later on we will need, I don't put too much on the green areas in that case, and later on we need to do the highlights. So I will not apply this on the other parts of the skin. I wait now that it's dry, and we will work to finalize the guts. So now that the washes have dried, we are going to highlight all these parts to make the final, to give the final look. So I'm going to go back to Cadian flesh tone, and we are going to do just some highlight some of the parts, okay, to make it look so, just not everything. For example, we can highlight this one. Here I will keep a lot on with the yellow that we did before. This is what is important, we keep. And here you can go quite with stark highlights, because these are like pustules, pus, fat, so these are mixed of nasty things. Now I'm going to use Avalanche Sunset. This quite aqua yellow. I don't want to go to a very bright yellow, to be fair, but you will see that will be bright enough to show off these pustules that we are going to. So here we are going to do like a fat thing. We're going to put a little bit here, just in some of the places, not everywhere. So we're going to give this difference of variation. So here we can add this one as well. Okay, something like that. And now I'm going to go. So we are using mainly the base colors we used before. Well, in that case the yellow was a little brighter, but I go back to the Celestine Grey, just when I found it. Here it is. Celestine Grey will look a little bit maybe too much, so we want to thin it down, and we want to work it like almost a glaze. just to give to this part, yeah, will look the more this type of intestine look like. Okay, something like that. You see? And we will finalize now painting the teeth around. And to do the teeth around, I will use now Usbati brown, or you can use a Screaming Skull. Here I have a Screaming Skull. I will not go to pure white. Okay. And with a Screaming Skull, we highlight this part. Okay. Next, I'm going to work now on the gold, or not gold, it's more like copper parts, and I will use, we can use, I think this is the one, let me check and I come back. I'm going to use, sorry, Sycorax bronze, okay, and we want just to put some very tiny highlights. As I say, as you can see, I already glued the backpack. Okay, I glued just before finishing the guts. Okay, and we are going to apply this just to add some brightness, some bright points. Because even though we are going to give this rust effect later on, I will not do it on the corrugate. I will do it for temple here. We'll do it on this thing, on the flies. You can also do like the vibration that. Is that I mean? Okay, I think you get the idea here. So, and I like this part here. Normally you want to avoid what happened here. I have a pool of wash, but I think in that miniature it's not that bad. It will give this sensation of dirtiness, and you want to keep, I like to keep a little bit the sensation of dirtiness. You don't want to give the sensation that is out of control, the paint job, but yes, what you want to give at the same time, a dirty sensation. So I will keep doing that, and I come back once it's done. So now that we have done these highlights, it's time to use another technical paint. So I'm going to use Nihilate Oxide and we are going to apply in a very little amount on the coppery things, and be sure that it's quite thin. So you don't want to kill completely the bronze color. You just want to give this bluish tonality a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, use it very little. I think it's better if you start very little, okay, and you add more if needed. Just very subtle touches, and especially apply more where it's brighter, okay, because you want to kill this brightness. So the way to make it kill this brightness is to apply it. So you don't need to apply it equally to everywhere. Just see, this is too much. It's too evident, so you remove a little bit. Now it looks better. Okay. We are going to apply, and here we are going to thin it really dot. So I use additional water, and we are going to apply it here. And this is really thin, so when it's dry, it's going to be very little effect. Okay. We don't need to cover all the rim of the. You only need to put some spots and let it dry. We can put another one here. Okay, and that's all. So this will increase a little bit more the sensation of dirtiness, the sensation of rust. You try to kill a little bit this brightness, this cleanness of the metallic. You don't want this metallic to look clean or not too clean, so you want some bright points because maybe there are parts that are a little bit polished by the friction, by the contact, but other points will have more oxide. Where we can put a little bit more is on the corrugate thing. Okay. Because this will go into the crevices of the corrugate. Just like that. You can put here on the neck protection. So just look for the spot. I would put it on these ones here. Here we need to work. I have to do the sleeves of these cables. And here I want to add a little bit because it's too dark. I want to add a little bit there. Okay. You want to add a little bit of work here. Put in the holes and we remove the excess. Okay. Just some touches. The flies. I like to touch the flies. Okay, I think this will give a good. I think now is good. So, and now I will stop the tutorial here. Okay, I will leave just to make a third part that is not too small. I will stop here this second part. I think we did the main part, the armor, the guts, the metallic parts, and we are going to do more details now on a third part. So that's all for now. Please let me know what do you think, if you like what you see here or you don't like. I really appreciate your opinion. Let me know if this is what you were expecting when you were choosing this tutorial. And yeah, for now that's all. As usual, thanks a lot for watching.